What's up guys, Reuben here, and I got a very important topic to talk about with you guys today. It's a new year, 2022. A lot of people are setting a lot of new goals, a lot of big New Year's resolutions, which I have no problem with. Everyone's always talking down on New Year's resolutions, but I'd rather you guys attempt to do something new and better with your life rather than just completely not do that, right? So if you are setting these big goals, you're starting with your business, you're starting a new business, you're trying to branch out, grow and expand, or maybe you're starting a brand new business, you're just starting as an entrepreneur, how are you gonna be able to set these goals and actually hit them, right? It's cool to write down your goals and to tell people, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Tell yourself that. You wake up super excited every day. It's January 1st, 10th, 20th, February is coming around. What if you're not hitting your goals yet? Why is that happening, right? And how do you keep the momentum that you had when you had first set those goals in the beginning? This is where people are gonna quit, not because they don't feel like they can do it, because obviously if you're setting these goals, there's something in your head that's telling you can't accomplish it, right? So the reason people aren't gonna actually hit their targets and hit their goals is for various different reasons, but eventually if someone just doesn't quit, they will get close to it or they'll even hit it, right, if they have the right info. So how are you gonna be able to get through the year, not quit, and feasibly find a strategy that will allow you to access your goals as quickly as possible? So the first thing, if you're setting new goals, you have to understand that everyone who's setting goals, there's nothing different about them. I'm setting huge goals this year, right? There's nothing different about you and I. The only difference is that you may have certain excuses that I don't have, right? So if you're setting a new goal, obviously this new goal is going to be something you're doing and it's brand new, so you might lack information about whatever the goal is, or like how are you gonna actually accomplish it. You're lacking certain info because it's something new you're doing. So don't feel discouraged when you're working towards these new goals and there's something you don't know, like you're missing a piece of information. Don't feel bad about that happening, because that's how it's gonna be when you're starting anything new. Even if you go get a new job, right? You're not gonna know how to do anything. It's a new company. You're gonna learn new, protocols and do certain things that you've never done before, but you're gonna have to learn it. And everyone's cool with doing that. Everyone can do that because there's an employer who's telling you what to do and they're training you. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you're starting a business and you're setting your own goals, no one's gonna be there to tell you exactly what to do. So you have to understand that you need to figure it out on your own and not get discouraged when you don't know something. Just go out and try and figure out what it is you're missing. Sometimes people don't even know what they're missing yet because it's just foreign to them. It could be anywhere. It could be in a book. It could be through a conversation you have with someone. It could be through a certain experience you have to go through. So sometimes the best way to learn is from actually towards the goal you're working towards, because you learn a lot more rather than not working towards it at all. And the second thing is to set big goals. I've been able to do a lot in my life in a fairly short time frame. 23 years old now. I've been working on this for the past 6 years, trying to figure it out just as much as you are. And the best thing I've ever done was set big goals that not only impact my life, but impact the lives of people around me. Because if it's only a goal that I'm working towards and it's only gonna benefit me, in my mind, I'm gonna tell myself that I've sort of done enough. But really, I'm trying to improve the lives of people around me, my family, my employees, people who are on my team, people who invest and get coaching from me. The more I take risks and the bigger goals that I set, and the more I'm working towards students who I have who are learning from me how to do exactly what I'm doing, I'm able to teach them more because of all the experience that I have. And now they don't have to go through that same experience that I've gone through, because now I can teach them exactly how to do it and exactly what they need to do. So setting huge goals is super, super important, because if you set a small goal, you might hit it or you might get halfway to it. But let's say you set a massive goal and you get 70% there, but that 70% is more than you actually hitting the small goal. So set huge goals that can not only impact you, but impact the people that are around you. And the third thing is find a business partner or find someone you can work with and share these goals too, to where they're not only sharing their opinion based off of whether or not they think you can do it, but they're actually going to help you and get you towards hitting the goal eventually. Me or my business partner Sean, maybe you join our coaching program, or maybe you join a different program. Just join a community or join a mentorship where you're not just by yourself, because if you're alone completely throughout this journey, it's gonna feel as if you're the only one that's going through these failures, or you're the only one that's worked towards these things. Now, I'm talking from experience. For the first 3 years of my 6-year journey now, I was trying to do everything completely on my own. I wasn't getting mentorship, I wasn't joining courses, or actually I was buying courses, but I wasn't joining a community where I can actively speak to people. And the reason was because I tried to go the cheap route and I tried to figure it out myself. But the moment that I invested into mentorship and I invested into a coaching program was the exact moment where I finally saw success with business and making money. The first month I invested with mentorship was actually with my business partner Sean. 2 months in, I made my first $10,000 within that month. That was in the middle of 2019. I had just quit my job at a gym 2 months prior to that. I had no money, but I just took a risk and I actually leveraged my credit to be able to do this. So that's been completely life-changing for me. And I'm not just saying this just, you know, with random ideas. I'm giving you guys the strategy that's been able to work for me and gratefully changed my life in a very short time frame. And I'm hoping 2022 is going to be your guys' year, that you experience the crazy stuff that I've been able to experience, whether it's traveling like you want to travel, going out with your friends and not caring how much you spend at the club, whether it's taking care of your family, right? You might not care about traveling and spending a bunch of money. Maybe you just want to take care of your family, retire your mom, retire your dad, take your grandma across the world, show her what's out there, or maybe you just want to see that, right? Whatever it is you want to do, there's no reason 2022 can't be the year that finally happens. So those are my 3 quick tips on how you guys can start setting a strategy for hitting your goals, hitting your New Year's resolutions, and not have 2022 be the exact same as the previous years that you were trying to do this. So hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. Shoot me a DM if you guys have any questions, if you guys need any support in what you're working towards, and if I can help you, great. If I can't, I can probably connect you with someone who can.